fastest way to actually go overseas to study medicine is going to Russia or either Indonesia.
So how do you actually adopt into that type of diet, and with training, do you feel like your body actually changed a lot?
So over there, I can just tell you what they have for vegetables is tomatoes, cabbage, carrot, potatoes. That's it, all year round. By the way, my place I have ever encountered the lowest temperature was negative 38.
Wow, no.
It's literally all your single breath is painful.
How do you train with the cold weather? I know it's really cold. How do you train actually?
Their heating system is so good, not like UK. UK is literally you need to wear jacket. But back in Russia, theirs is centralized heating system. You can actually just take off left with the underwear and sleep like usual. For me, protein is something that cannot be sacrificed. Must be protein packed in every single meal. So I think 1 cup of protein within 2 weeks habis already.
My God.
What was the dumbest thing you believed in training and nutrition back then?
No pain, no gain, no rest, and then just cannot skip any day.
7 days a week?
Yes.
So now you're a pediatric emergency MO. You're married and raising a daughter. How do you juggle it all?
You have to prioritize the most important thing first and sort out other routine basis. For me, my priority is
Hey team, welcome to Behind the Pump podcast, where we give you the real talk in the world of bodybuilding. I'm your host, Jordan.
And it's me, Manlong.
Today's guest, we have Aldred. He has actually one of the most inspiring journeys in bodybuilding we have seen. From med school in Russia to boiling chicken breast, training on pure bro science, he was all about no pain and the no gain life, even if it meant living on whey protein. Fast forward, now he's a pediatric emergency MO, a husband and a dad, and recently hit his heaviest at 103 kilograms. That was last year. But deep down, he's always wanted to step on stage. With the push from Coach Manlong and a year of proper structure, he's now back in shape and back-to-back in competitions before turning 35. Let's welcome our guest, the doctor who turned bodybuilder, Aldred Lim. What's up?
Hi. Thank you for the introduction, Jordan.
Yeah, I hope that works for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. So my name is Aldred. So as Jordan introduced just now, I'm a medical officer back in the private sector, especially in pediatrics emergency. So I do see my patients as kids. From newborn all the way until 12 years old, sometimes even more below 18. So that is what I do every day. And then my special interest in bodybuilding ever since I was in university. So far, this is my first year that I'm stepping on stage and with my coach, with a good guide, and everything works so fine now. So yeah.
By the way, guys, I saw him on stage and he has an insane physique. Like, seriously, if we could put the clip in, during the editing, you guys will see that as well. So anyway, from med school in Russia in our private conversation, right? That's pretty unique. So tell me, how did it come about? Like, what actually got you? Were you always interested in medical studies?
Okay, so actually it got me interested into medicine is when I was in Form 4, when I was about 16 years old. So
you're interested since you were Form 4?
Yeah.
Bro, we are from the same school, same high school.
Yeah, we are.
You guys don't look like your age.
You say we look younger?
In a good way?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Form 4, science class.
Yeah, science stream.
You in science?
No, same. We are in the same school, but not the same class.
Right.
I know that he's really good at studying. So I didn't know that he actually got an interest. Yeah, I want to hear. Actually, I didn't know about that part. Yeah.
Okay, so it was actually my grandpa was very ill that year. So he was a chronic smoker. And then ended up during that year, he got into terminal lung cancer with the symptoms of chronic cough for a year, and then he was progressively dropped in his body weight. Okay. So I actually see he deteriorate from a good state until he passed away within a month and a half.
Oh, wow.
So that actually that impacts me a lot because my grandfather and I was actually, not to say very close, but we do visit each other every once a week.
So quite close, yeah. I would say, yeah.
So from there, actually, I've seen what the hospital does and what can be improved for the whole medical field in Malaysia. So from there, this and that, and I got into med school fortunately after my SPM. So yeah, that's it. So why Russia? Basically, I want to go overseas.
You joined the USSR. Just to be clear.
Yeah.
So always the bad guy from the US movie.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how they make it back then. Yeah.
Yes. So all the mafias are actually from there. But
You're tough
back
guys,
then,
though. Yeah.
So back then, Russia is one of my choice because one thing is I want to go overseas, and then the fastest way to actually go overseas to study medicine is going to Russia or either Indonesia. But I don't want to go Asian country. A little bit biased.
Yeah,
so
yeah. You want to experience different things,
You eat
right?
a lot of
Yes.
potatoes and drink a lot of vodka while you were there.
Vodka, yes, man.
Potatoes?
The potatoes, bread, sourdough.
Oh,
all these
wow.
are the staple food.
Staple food. Yeah. Right. Oh, that's
So,
amazing.
Yeah, and they eat a lot of meat, way different from us. Yeah.
Over there, I've got a question. Like, is it the first year you already go there? Like, after graduate from Catholic? Yeah, you know how high school?
Not immediately. Actually, I finished my SPM, then I got into a foundation in basic science. And then for about 9 months back in Penang, Kepala Batas.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually mainland, about an hour drive from Butterworth. So it was nothing there. So mainly just study. And then once we're done with our foundation, and within on the same year, I get to travel to Russia and start my first year over there.
Okay, so was fitness something that you brought with you, or did you discover it when you were there?
Okay, just like any other skinny teenagers, I was a Boy Scout.
You're a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh,
Because,
cool.
okay, you know what? There's a story.
Yeah.
The first time I saw me, I was Form 1. You know, there's a day that you can choose to join whatever this kind of group or something like that. Then I saw Boy Scout.
Co-curriculum.
Co-curriculum. It's really nice, you know, design until very nice. So I think that he's around there also. So he's Form 1, I'm Form 1 too. I'm like, dude, this guy is so tall. Like, I'm like freaking short. I'm like 157 when I'm like Form 1, you know.
Standing next to him, I feel like a midget.
Yeah, that's how I feel. So then I see, oh, this dude is tall, but he
He's
thinks
still
that
tall.
he is skinny. He is not skinny at all. He's like with some meat that time. I think that after that you join. I left at Form 2 or after for a while only because I
actually
am
we
not good.
both joined together.
Yes.
During our Form 1.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
you are a Boy Scout as well.
Yeah, I left because I my bahasa is not good, so I left because I cannot do the theory.
Are you
But
sure? Or
y-
they kicked you out because you ate all the food?
No. There's no food. There's no food, man. There's no food. Yeah. So
Right.
he passed it, and I think that he lasts until Form 5, right? All the way.
Yeah, all the way. And we
Yeah.
are still in contact with our scout members.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
until now.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's sweet. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like that's one of the sweetest thing that you can actually bring out of primary and high school
Secondary
as
school.
well.
Yeah.
I don't have many friends that actually I'm still in contact with in high school, but primary school I only have a few, so I still cherish them a lot.
Okay.
Because wow, they brought back so much memories whenever we meet up. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I can definitely feel this, have the same sentiment as you guys as well. It's like absolutely amazing. So tell us about your early gym days.
Yeah.
Was it really bro science or just boiled chicken?
You
told me about the boiled chicken part,
started,
yeah.
actually, I started with, I was staying with my senior roommate that time. So when I was in first year, they already in their fourth year. We studied 6 years in total.
You
back
mean
in
Russia? 6 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
6 years.
Wow.
How's the weather?
Cool.
Other med school most likely to be 5 years lah. Most of the MBBS school, but Russia is 6 years. So actually from there, all my seniors, I mean, you boys when they are in hostel, they have nothing to do. I mean, they will just lift irons,
Yeah.
and then just
Oh, so you were influenced when you were there.
yeah.
Wow.
So because a few of my seniors are actually quite jacked, to be honest, and then they look good to me. Yeah,
Completely different than what we usually get here, right?
Yeah.
It's like really fat. I'm sorry, guys, but it's like whenever I see some doctors, they would advise me on health, and then the first thing I'm like, dude, you look way unhealthy than I am.
Yeah,
It's like, damn,
yes,
bro.
yes. I think because of the long working hours.
Yeah,
they,
yeah. I mean, I don't blame them as well. It's,
they can take care of their patients, but then themselves is overwork.
and you're setting the standard.
Yeah.
So how's the people there, like the Russians? Is it your same class with the Russians?
No, we are actually separate. So international students and locals are actually separated because of our study mediums. Language is different.
It's in English, right?
We are in English.
Oh,
Yeah.
do you learn Russia?
Yes, we do. So actually, just knowing some simple Russian words, everyone started with bad word first. So yeah, we learn a lot of medical terms, mainly just for us to interview our patients, get
Wow, okay.
histories.
Mm-hmm.
So other than that, actually, it based on your own initiative, whether you want to join other Russians outside and all.
Wow,
But
what an
for me,
experience.
I think I'm an introvert, so I just study back home, back to class, and then exercise.
How's the gym there?
Oh, Russian, they actually take it very seriously because they are long year. 8 months in a year is mostly winter.
Oh my god, man.
So only 4 months they got to have summer
if
and
we were
spring.
there, we would be ultra jacked as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
To do.
I mean, just now he already mentioned about the food part, right? Sourdough, potato, and meats.
Yes.
So how do you actually adopt into that type of diet and with training? Do you feel like your body actually changed a lot at those times?
Yes, yes. To
Yeah.
be honest, actually, rice is relatively expensive in Russia.
Yeah,
My
'cause
God.
they can't
So we have
grow in
to
that kind of
switch our
environment, yeah.
diet from one staple food to another. For me, it works very well with sourdough. So their sourdough is, I can tell you, damn cheap. 2 kilos of sourdough, less than 5 ringgit.
Huh?
Oh, that's my
Wow.
dream.
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect.
So it became like morning breakfast sourdough, lunch sourdough, dinner sourdough, and then they really know their stuff. So it's good sourdough. It's not
Wow.
a fancy, very doughy kind of.
Yeah, just like those, like some people here. There's some bakeries here that I'm sorry to say, because I'm actually from the food and beverage line. I used to be a chef, so there are a lot of bakery. Not a lot, but I mean, like especially in PJ and Kuala Lumpur, there's actually more and more quality bakers right now, and they are legit. So it's not like back then. They tricked a lot of people into thinking this is sourdough, but it's actually a regular loaf of bread.
Yes.
That is just like with some, extra baking soda or some shit like that. And then they call it sourdough and they sell it at premium price. I'm like, dude, dengar pingko.
I mean, I really don't know, but you eat the sourdough over there compared to here. Is it a big difference? Let's just say that you can get the
Way
loaf.
different, man.
Is it like hard to chew or something? Like, what is the difference?
Theirs is dense. You can't really see the air bubble within. It's really just, I mean, the dough,
It's just
and it's
compact,
very dense. It's like sponge. Yeah, thick, dense sponge, and then so we just put on cottage cheese. Dairy product is
It's available everywhere.
Yes,
easy. Yeah.
and then their beef is damn cheap. Their chicken is cheap. So
Okay.
basically, the meat is cheaper than the vegetables.
Dude, it's
Over
our
there?
dream.
Yes.
Oh,
It's our
okay.
dream.
Yeah. So if like a kilo
Nice.
of beef, maybe like that time was about, I think, 8 ringgit.
No way.
Dude,
Beef,
wow.
man, lean beef. I mean, regardless what part is it, the price is just in between 8 until 12 ringgit to get a really good piece of meat over there.
Right.
Wow.
How's the quality? Like example, what we can compare compared to here? I think it's chicken. How's the chicken there and here? Because I heard from I got a client from US last time. They say the chicken is really soft over there, like too soft, and Malaysia is slightly harder. But is there any difference in Russia compared to Malaysia? Yeah.
I think this question to me is I boil my chicken breast rather than I cook it properly. But I mean, from time to time, my Malay friends, they do Raya open house and all. So they marinate well, and then when they cook it, I do feel a little bit different, as in the texture and the moist is different compared to Malaysian chicken.
Is it drier?
No, instead, in fact, it's moist.
Moist lah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different.
Mm.
Right. So from there, you say that they know their thing, right? All these people in your uni.
Mm.
So from there, it took you how long to actually, that time you're trying to gain weight or lose weight?
Gain weight, definitely. I started with, after my high school, I was about 69 to start with. Yeah, my body weight was 69, and I'm 183, by the way, my height. So the first year, I think everyone got a newbie gain, but I didn't know what I was doing. All I do is I buy chicken breast, just one pack, maybe about 500 grams per day, and then a lot of milk. And I try to avoid rice, as I was taught from the internet.
Yeah.
So they say carbs are enemies, and then just take in more protein. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the dumbest myth out there. But
Yeah.
yes, it's very common as well.
But I think everyone, when you started as a newbie, you'll definitely make some gain as long as you eat.
Yep.
When you eat enough, then you will still see the difference within months.
So would you say that 6 years you go through that, just eat and train like that over there?
Yes, quite consistently. But the first 3 years was very casual training. I was seeing what my senior doing and then just lifting. But fortunately, I didn't get any major injuries
Oh, lucky.
Thank God.
from a very lousy deadlift posture, and then very bad squat techniques. So luckily, I didn't get injured from there.
Right.
Well, how do you train with the cold weather? I know it's really cold. How
Oh.
do you train actually?
Their heating system is so good.
Oh,
Yeah, not like UK. UK is literally you need to wear jacket in the room.
oh, okay.
But back
Okay.
in Russia, theirs is centralized heating system. You can actually just take off left with a underwear and sleep like usual
Wow.
at night.
So comfortable.
And
Right.
and you will still sweat even though you are not wearing much in the room.
Wow.
Okay, so the heating system definitely is great.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
different.
So do you remember the moment when your hobby of lifting weights and getting into bodybuilding became an obsession?
It was started. I started on my end of first year. Then I see a difference. Second year I was casual training. Back until early fourth year, I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I mean, my body was just remaining the same. Maybe I should be really serious and start to follow a plan. So I just get a plan. I think why I started the first plan ever was Chris Gettin. I don't know whether you all know him. or not.
KRIS, Chris
Yes,
Gettin, right?
Chris Gettin. His plan was like 16 weeks body transformation. So I was just following bulat.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it was quite difficult because I don't think it's for beginners. And towards the end, I still remember one of his exercise. He asked us to leg press 3 sets of 50 reps.
What the
Wow.
hell? That's overtraining already.
I was like,
We
just
don't
keep
even do
pressing
that.
until
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
stared at me. What the hell is this fella doing? Well, I think Russian, they have their own website and their own teaching. So, but Russians are strong.
Oh, I gotta ask this because I used to go through this training as well. So this is a personal question to you. Have you tried Russian volume training while you're there?
Not German, it's Russian.
Both. So German and Russian volume training is exactly the same. You can call it whatever. They're doing the exact same thing.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that actually.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I can tell it's
Yeah.
crazy. 10 set of 10 reps.
10 sets,
Wow.
10 rep, like a medium weight and full and then it's like you have to control the tempo, full range of motion for 3 weeks. You maintain it, and then the last week on the 4th week, you do 2 or 3 sets of 10 reps. I mean 10 sets, sorry. 2 or 3 reps of 10 sets. The heaviest. And then you're doing powerlifting
Crazy.
movements. Bench, flat bench or incline is fine. Both either. I did both. Squats and deadlifts.
So it's all the compounded big exercises.
Compounded, yeah,
compound.
4 compound big exercises. You start off with the starting with like I think 3 or 4 reps per 10 sets, and then the next after 2 days you switch, and then you switch until you get 2 reps of 10 sets.
Wow, that is brutal.
Have you ever experienced that?
Do you
No.
see them do it?
Uh,
Like same exercise for very long?
I've seen a very strong Russian guy. I think his weight is about 70 kilos, but he's deadlifting like 280.
Wow, powerlifter.
Whoa.
Easily. So it's a total different league. But I don't know whether
Wow.
he is training as you mentioned,
Yeah.
like this way of training. But he's just lifting like 2 reps at most, and he's just constantly staying at the deadlift station.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
maybe
because
he was
he's
doing that. Yeah.
Because like I was actually taught by a Russian. My first coach was actually Russian.
Ah.
So he was a boxer, but he also likes to do powerlifting back then. But then obviously right now at this point he's just fully focused on boxing. So he actually taught me because I told him, hey, I would like to, try lifting weights. I want to get strong, maybe do some powerlifting. Then he was like, okay, let's do this. Let's do this.
They really talk like that?
Dabai.
Don't worry.
They really talk like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. All right. One more. What was the dumbest thing you believe in training and nutrition back then?
No pain, no gain, no rest, and then just cannot skip any day. No rest day.
7 days a week?
Yes, 7 days a week, regardless what is it. I don't care whether it's stormy outside, negative. By the way, my place I have ever encountered the lowest temperature was negative 38.
Wow, no.
Okay.
It's
That's too much for me, but yeah.
literally
Wow.
all your single breath is painful. Yeah,
It's quite dangerous, right,
Yeah.
actually?
yeah.
Is it considered dangerous to really go out at that time?
For them, no. For us,
Oh,
maybe yes, because
okay.
our body is not adapted
Yeah.
in their state.
Yeah.
So,
皮肤的海味.
Yeah. Wow, man.
damn cold. And then it was windy.
Yeah.
So when it's windy and it's that cold, a lot of people died there actually. A lot
Wow.
of drunk
Drunk guys.
Yeah, drunk
because
guys.
they just walk and then that's it. And
They
then-
don't drink vodka. They drink medical level type of alcohol, which is 99% of alcohol they mix with water.
What the
Why?
hell?
Why do you do
I
that?
use
Cheap.
that sanitizer.
And because of the nurse, they snuggle out the
The-
alcohol from the hospital and they just sell it to all these people.
But
Yeah.
there's no taste. It's just pure alcohol
Yes,
with
it's-
water.
Yes.
Do they put like any juice in it? Or, to make it
They-
have a taste?
The Russian way of drinking is they stain the cup with salt and lemon
Mm-hmm.
and they just
My
shot non-stop.
God. What? 90%.
And salted fish.
And salted fish.
Yeah, salted fish. They
So
eat a
is
lot
it
of
like
salt.
their
I'll
food,
skip the salted
like
fish.
like their party food, like
Yes,
you drink
yes,
alcohol?
their snacks during their drinking
yeah.
sessions.
See the difference why Russian is bigger. Even their snacks is protein. Like what the hell?
Yes.
Is it or
Yeah.
not?
High sodium,
And
high
then,
protein.
and when I
Crazy.
see the nutrition facts from all the snacks they are eating, because
Yeah.
they eat dry squids, they eat dried fish,
Uh-huh.
dried meat. So the protein base per 100 gram is like 80. And they but the sodium is another topic. But
Yeah.
I mean the snacks for them is also meat based. It's not like us
Wow.
carbohydrate
Yeah.
since young.
Ours has
so
always
that's
been
why very
carbohydrates,
different.
yeah.
So that's why there's a reason why they are big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
Dairy,
you know.
meat, carbohydrates. I mean, like basically starch.
Yes.
Yeah, starch like potatoes and then bread.
Yeah.
Do the people there actually eat
Wow.
snacks like here
Yeah.
Cheetos, any Lays? Do they eat all these a
They
lot?
do. They do. Just that I think financially Russia is not a very wealthy country.
Yeah.
So instead of taking all the imported snacks, they usually go back to their own local, which is still more protein-based snacks.
So their local snacks, they don't have these stuff of so-called not much of potato chips kind of things. Means like you say dried fish, dried. So this is what they really munch on.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, it's a good thing, to me.
Talking about that, I was on YouTube watching Discovery about this other region, one of the coldest region in Russia called Yakutia is on the ultra northern east side.
Yes.
Dude, you know what's their snacks? They just take in their meal. They just take raw meat and just eat.
Frozen.
Huh?
Frozen meat, yeah.
Yeah,
Is that fresh?
yeah. Because it's ultra cold and it's only for 3 months a year. Their summer is still way colder than the US.
So it's like during the summer they caught all the whatever seafood or whatever lah.
Yes,
Just dry the
yes.
meat lah.
And they don't
Either
even,
they ferment
actually,
it or they
yeah.
salted it.
Yeah, and then most of the time, if you go to their market, right, their market is an open freezer. Their fish will be just hanging stacked on the side like that, like bread. And you just walk in, okay, then they come like that.
Yes.
And they have to keep their car on 24/7 because if not, the engine just dies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
wow.
insane. I was
Yeah.
like, I mean,
It's
I'm
very
fascinated,
different way of living there.
but at the same time, I think I'll get frostbite easily, and then
Yeah.
my fingers will fall off.
Well, we won't get used to it there.
Yeah.
But you over there like for 6 years.
yeah.
Do you actually miss like Malaysian weather that time?
Definitely, man. We got our summer break 2 months every year. So binge eating when we come back. Hokkien mee. I mean, we have a plan on our food tour, what to eat for the next 2 months before we go back. Yeah, and then we bring a lot of dry goods back to Russia, like all the rempa and all. We actually bring it from here. So because over there, I mean, they are just salt, pepper, and
Yeah, I mean, with that kind of weather, you can't really grow, crops from the
Yeah.
ground that often, unless it's like, oh, it's summer, and then
even
then you
summer,
have,
no.
I mean, then you have some time to actually maybe get some garlic or something, but it's not going to be as good as here because here, I mean, let's face the fact, like humid countries are better in growing this kind of
Yeah.
brown vegetables. I mean, well, whatever
We are
you call
really
it.
blessed just that we didn't know.
Yeah.
So over there, I can just tell you what they have for vegetables is tomatoes, cabbage, carrot, potatoes. That's it.
Because it's easier to grow.
All year round. That's all from their local.
Is it because it's just easier to grow it there, like that?
Yes,
or it's just
yes.
easier to import?
Easier to grow.
Okay.
Easier to grow.
So you
Wow.
do also eat a lot of potato and beef, sourdough, seafood. Is it alright for that?
Seafood is also quite rare.
Oh, rare. Okay,
Rare.
okay.
So if you wanna, unless
you're in a coastal area.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
unless it's like freshwater fish, then like carp.
Yes.
Yes. I mean they do have living carp. Then we just buy it. But then from seafoods are quite rare over there, and it's
It
quite
must be,
expensive.
because they need to import it, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
so it's very expensive as well. And their currency is not exactly strong. So even, I mean, let's not say now with the war going on, but it's
Yeah.
even worse. Yeah. So, but wow, I mean, dude, that's honestly such a fascinating story.
Yes.
We should hang out more. I want to hear more stories.
A lot of my seniors and all my friends back then, we are treating our 6 years there like a wonderland, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you actually feel very nice there? The 6 years.
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
okay.
quite stress free in a way because Russian, they are not pushing things like we all do.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
So they
Asian.
are a little bit slacking, but not to say lazy, just that they know how to control their tempo. I
Right,
think
right.
weather plays a big role
Yeah.
over
It's
there.
so cold outside. Let's chill a little bit. Okay, let's do things on our own pace. Over here, it's like it's really hot. Tonga, right? Right?
Yeah. Agree.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
for them, eating is for survival,
Okay.
not for really savory and just want
Right.
the taste and all. So the concept, that's why you don't see often a lot of obese Russians over there. Yes, all the what we call mamas are actually more than ladies that is more than 45 when they are going into menopause and all.
Oh, okay.
Then they will start to gain weight. But
Right.
before that, dude, like Russian girls is hot, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because of their food, they are naturally like that already. Meat.
it's
and-
whole food. It's whole food.
Yeah, whole food. Okay. Wow.
Not much of processing.
Yeah. So Whole Foods actually work.
Yup.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Proven.
Yeah.
Proven.
I mean, that's what we always tell our clients, especially.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's move on. So life after med school, okay? Like when you came back and you started working as a doctor, when did things start to spiral health-wise?
Okay, so I was waiting for my housemanship when I came back, because from overseas students it actually have to transcribe our certificate, because our cert is in Russian.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of processing to be done before we can actually submit our application to ask for a job in government hospital. You can't start as a doctor in a private sector straight away in Malaysia. You must go through government sector first.
How many years?
2 years of housemanship and then 2 years of medical officer
Wow,
MOship. So
that's
4
a real
years
drag,
is given to government officially. So back then, while I was waiting for my placement, I actually, because I was doing fitness all this while, I don't call myself bodybuilder, but fitness enthusiast is what I did back then. So I joined Celebrity Fitness. It's still out there now.
Which branch?
Puchong
Puchong?
Setia Walk.
Oh,
Yeah,
Setia
Setia
Walk
Walk.
used to have one
Yeah,
there.
and then they chopped up already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, my
So-
former office was there too. Yeah. Yeah.
So I was working there as a trainer for about 8 to 9 months.
Before you got to your housemanship.
Yes, quite
oh,
happy.
you were a trainer last time, ah?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah,
因為
that's,
我唔知道嘅。
well, that's what he told me, and then he
Oh.
sent me a long text, and I was like, okay, wow, this
okay.
is cool.
Well, how do you feel being a trainer? I want to know, since you didn't tell me. Yeah.
Happy because you see your clients from have difficulty in even walk, they have back pain and all, and then progressively throughout the time 2 to 3 months they can
Wow.
actually move better, they lose their weight. Not to say in bodybuilding coaching way, but then to actually make someone get into a active lifestyle is actually very fruitful.
It's fulfilling, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very fulfilling.
I mean, that's how we feel as well. I mean, like, okay, coaching bodybuilding is one thing. So I'm speaking for both of us. Coaching bodybuilding, getting athletes to on stage is one thing. I mean, especially with you and him, is one thing. But there's also another aspect of it, is like, which is more on my side, because I did a lot more lifestyle clients. I'm trying to train one person to get into bodybuilding right now, but seeing them from like having poor posture, they're having some difficulty on their knee or their lower back, and then you go through a consultation with them, and then you analyze what the issue was, or like your nephew. Yeah, it was so fulfilling just to see like he could finally hinge. He couldn't hinge at all, and I was like, okay, I need some time with this guy. So, and right now he could hinge, he could sit properly. He doesn't have his back pain, his shoulders, even his trapezius was hurting back then. It was I just had a suspicion. I think it was just weak. So I said, let's try this out. I mean, like after he went for his old checkup and stuff, said there's nothing, no real medical issue. So I was like, okay, since we have ruled out the medical issue part, it's most likely it's because it's weak. So your muscles
Very weak posterior chain.
very weak posterior chain, and might be starting to deteriorate just a bit. So that's why it's it's aching all the time. So we trained him, and then I worked on his posture, trained his back, and then right now he functions like a normal human being. And I was sending him, like, I was using my iPhone and just like taking clips of him, like, dude, your nephew could finally do this. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
And then he was like, wow. He's
Yeah,
like, from
man.
not hinging at all, not able to squat, he's able to do a single leg deadlift. And I was like, it's like that kind of feeling.
Yeah, very
Within a
fruitful
year,
lah.
the progression.
Few months,
Few months. See.
3 months.
Because he was really weak. He was like working since very young. He's not active. He was a badminton player. But then, former badminton player. Then after that, he have to keep flying to China back and forth, long hours, and then midnight have to drink with customer. So months and months and years of deteriorating. So, getting somebody, some people just didn't really plan to lose weight anymore. That's not the first goal. They just want to move well. I think that's how you feel, right? Helping someone just to get to move without any difficulty, that is really fruitful, because they'll feel like, wow, finally I can move like normal. Then later on, we'll talk about fat loss. It's always
Yes.
like that type of a feeling that you feel like you help someone. I think it's really connected to your medical line as well.
Yes.
You know, it is a way of solving people's problem, right? Oh, so you are like a personal trainer back then. So then after that, how do you feel like moving forward to now? You can't become a personal trainer anymore. You have to become a medical officer. Yeah. How's those years goes by and you still have to maintain your shape, or you can't train as much anymore?
Yeah, that's right. And then
Okay.
also share with us, how did you, before you met Marlon, how did your health spiral until you went up to 103 kilograms?
Okay. A long story short, so basically, I was still training quite intensely before I started my housemanship. So I was quite lean. I sent the picture of mine before I started my housemanship. I mean, not six packs, but at least you can see my potato buns are still there.
Potato
Shapes
buns.
are not bad.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, by one glance, if you happen to sign up a personal trainer, by just seeing my figure, you'll be confident those kind of shape.
That's right.
Yes.
Lean and fit lah.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
So when I started, our housemanship have to go through 6 rotations, official rotations. Each rotation takes 4 months, provided you are not extended. Extended means you are very poorly performed, and then the consultant thinks that you might need to stay in the department for
Okay, I learned something
longer.
new about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every department is 4 months, which includes medical, pediatrics, orthopedic, surgery, ONG, obstetric and gynecology, and also one more is what already? One more is actually elective. So elective, you can get to choose where you want to go. It's either you go for anesthesiologist, bagi bills lah, and then or you go to emergency department or psychiatry.
Right. So these are all specializations, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So we expose ourselves into all these departments before we can say we are capable to actually treat anyone independently.
Right.
So everyone have to go through this, regardless you are someone who is old or what. Everyone that started housemanship must pass their 6 rotations, official rotation.
I mean, sounds very long, honestly, but wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be honest, our housemanship, compared to before, it wasn't using on-call system. My time was still shift system, but it was a long shift. So it's like 12 hours or 16 hours. It's also long already,
Whoa.
basically.
Whoa.
Yeah. So 16 hours.
You're working
it's
chef
not-
hours.
Yeah. And then
Wow.
we get to have off day, an official off day a week, and other days are just basically working. So our official working hours is definitely more than 72 hours
So
a week.
is it because like of that hours that make you unable to eat, or you eat too much, or not enough sleep? But what is it that make your weight gain up to that much?
Housemanship is not the timing. My MO ship was
MO
the
ship.
time. Yeah.
Okay.
So housemanship, in fact, I was quite enjoying. I mean, basically houseman is just sitting in the ward and make sure whatever happened in the ward, the consultant get updated from you. You just want to make sure the patients are safe.
Right.
Yeah, so this is a job of a houseman in short. Back in medical officer means after you finish your housemanship, you'll get posted elsewhere. You won't be in your same hospital. So you'll get posted maybe to rural areas. For me, I was being, you want to say thrown, or I was being sent to Pahang, Temerloh.
Okay.
It's not too far away from Gombak. I mean, 1.5 hours. But then because of medical officer have to go through on-call system. Unless you are
Right.
in emergency department or you are in anesthesiology department, then they are going shift system. So the concept of on-call is you are alone from 5 p.m. until the next day 8 p.m. But that doesn't mean that you come in and work at 5. You come in and work at 8 in the morning and you finish your official working hour at 5 and you start on call from 5.
Means you don't sleep lah,
Yes.
right?
No
Oh my
sleep.
Wow.
So it's continuous until the next day. Paper say it's until 8 o'clock. Tak boleh balik lagi ya. Sambung. Hari Isnin you kerja, you on call. Tuesday you sambung to work until 5 o'clock.
Who will actually go into medical line if it's like the whole world getting to know
We
this?
wasn't told until we are one foot.
Yeah.
And then
Wow.
all the consultant and specialist seniors will just tell you, yeah, it is how it is. I mean, we are supposed to work like that.
Right.
Which I was in government sectors as a medical officer for about 3 years, and it really tolls my health. So I started my MO-ship with relatively, I gained weight during my housemanship
Right.
until about 90 kilo. 90
Okay.
kilo.
From when? From what? Weight?
When I
Until
started
90?
housemanship was about 82.
Okay, that's a very help.
Yeah,
you
so I
know,
only train maybe
healthy
twice
weight.
a week. I still
Right.
manage to find time and train, but it's a very casual and fast training.
Mhm.
So MO-ship is totally off. Completely off. So diet wise,
Eat
you are
whatever.
blessed to have a meal already. Yeah. That bad. Because
Damn, bro.
I'm in PITS department. So basically we have to take care of neonates.
Yeah.
Neonates means whichever babies that is
Mhm.
just delivered,
Mhm.
you have to attend if the baby is not well. So it's anytime. It's anytime from within 24 hours, midnight, everywhere. So if the child, if the baby he poop in the uterus, and then he aspirate it, is what we call aspiration a meconium syndrome.
I didn't even know that could happen, but okay.
Yeah.
即係
So
係食屎咯。
食屎咯，食自己
For
嘅屎
real?
咯。Yeah,
Oh.
because basically babies, they are not supposed to poop when they are in the mama's tummy.
Yeah.
Only when they are either having some stress factors.
Right.
If they are pram babies, they poop. Less than 40 weeks, they poop inside. Or maybe towards the end, 38 weeks onward, you have a chance to poop already. Usually it's stress factors, they will start to poop.
Right.
So more than 40 weeks is also another factors. Or whenever if there is a delay in the delivery,
Okay.
for example, a very difficult delivery, mother is too small, baby is too big,
Right.
or mother has very high blood pressure that couldn't support the blood to the baby. So all these are the factors that the baby might poop.
Okay.
So
I mean, sorry, but I'm just really curious about this. But what? I mean, like going back to the baby being stressed. What besides what you already mentioned just now? What could possibly? I'm just trying to imagine. Like, what could possibly cause the baby inside the womb to be stressed that it will actually, poop and then.
Okay. So baby's gut system is not activated until they are delivered.
Okay.
I mean, throughout the whole pregnancy, the baby will still get to eat some like dead skin where they are growing.
Yeah.
Because whenever they grow, they also will shed off part of their skin. They actually eat all those down into their tummy, but it's always stored
Okay.
within the baby.
Okay.
So they don't usually poop until they are delivered.
Yeah.
So God made us that way.
Right.
But whenever the stress got into the baby, then they will have a early pooping, and these are the
but what could cause that stress? That's what I'm curious.
yeah,
about.
as I mentioned, it's either infection,
Oh,
early
okay.
early infection, like
Okay.
if the mother got like rubella infection, herpes, all those infection is also
Wow.
a stress factors.
Right.
Or whenever the mother itself has very uncontrolled blood pressure,
Okay.
pregnancy induced hypertension, then or whenever the water has been broke for too long and then the baby still haven't out yet, because they are supposed to float in the
Yeah.
water,
Yeah.
but when the water is already broke and the mother have difficulty to actually push the baby
Yeah.
out, that is also a stress factors when it's more than 8 hours of the water broke. That's scary. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So
Okay, that
usually
just
if
opened
we
up my
encounter
mind.
all this,
Wow,
then we
okay.
will see the monitoring is what we call a cardiotocography, CTG,
Okay.
and then we
Yeah.
see the heart rate of the baby
Right.
and all. If let's say we see any abnormalities, by then if the baby is still not engaged into the pelvis yet, then we will caesar and take the baby out. But a lot of time where they already started to poop, they have a very high chance to aspirate all the meconium. Meconium is the baby poop.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
So you have to deal with all this, right?
Yeah.
Means there's no way you can eat your next meal.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why. Is it because if you got the chance to eat, then you eat as much as possible?
Yeah.
And irregular sleep, very stressful, because I'm pretty sure you deal with baby is very stressful, and mama,
Yes.
that's why lead to your gain until that point.
Yeah.
Binge eating, because I only managed to get 1 meal a day. Yeah, 1 meal 24 hours, not the normal human
Yeah.
Not the 16,
16
hours.
hours,
Yeah.
Now I know why doctors are so fat and stressed out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
yeah.
Wow, okay.
Well,
And then
I
a lot
wow.
of coffee. I mean, we are constantly pushing ourselves
Yeah.
with coffee every
Yeah.
6 hourly, so
Yeah.
4 times a day.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Wow.
and then we always keep snack bars in our pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So Snickers, Mars, all
Everyone
these
does
are,
that lah.
Mostly.
But so you got the energy, right? It's like I need to have something.
Yeah, we
need to
just keep
quick.
our brain going, but our body is deteriorating.
Oh no.
Okay, well, I mean, I've got newfound respect for doctors, and at the same time, I actually pity them.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
I didn't know like.
I mean,
it's that bad.
this. I mean, thanks for educating us on this part. I mean, it really genuinely opened up my eyes and my view on this. This is insane.
But I think one of the biggest factor is we have very limited manpower in government sectors.
It's going to be lesser, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now is you can see from newspaper everywhere every day that contract doctors are quitting, and then because of the pay is horrible.
Shit, right?
I mean,
I heard.
with the working hours, we are less than a McDonald worker. Way lesser.
I mean, one of our clients, Emily Sinton, actually shared that with me as well, and I went like, "Are you? Whoa, seriously?" I was like, "Oh, I always had the thought that even government doctors get paid not bad."
Mm.
I mean, until she shared that a couple of weeks ago when we met, doing personal training session, I was blown away. Honestly, I'm like, well, our parents were not right talking about making more money,
Yes.
except when you're in the private
And one
sector.
on-call allowance is 200 ringgit.
Wow. The teach posing class also 200 gig.
And then we do back-to-back calls.
Yeah.
Sometimes if really someone is taking leave, or if the manpower is really not enough, for example, someone on leave or someone went for went for the maternity leave.
Yeah.
So when the manpower are really stretched out, then we get to do back-to-back calls. Means Monday you on call, Tuesday you go home, Wednesday you on call, Thursday you go home, Friday you on call, Saturday you go home. Maybe Sunday you also need to on call. 真係唔使瞓覺 really can die. Really can die. And a lot of, I think a few news before that some doctors, when they are on the way back home, when they finish their call, they get into major accident, then they pass away from there.
Yeah,
Because of no sleep,
I
right?
read something like that. Yeah, a
Few times
many
already.
Yeah.
So no
Oh my.
no wonder
goodness.
that even your body weight gone up so high, you also couldn't bother anymore, because that's like you are trying to survive already,
Yeah,
right? At
Yes,
the time.
Yeah.
yes.
Wow.
Our sympathetic tone is tuned to the max just to make sure that we don't sleep and just for work.
So so with that situation, at which point you actually realize that I can't do this anymore? Is it because you think from your weight and your health? Because I know that you got a daughter, she's very cute. Is it because from there you feel like you need to do something, or you feel like there's no future staying there? What is the breaking point that makes you want to really change and bring your body weight down
Yeah.
and become healthier
Yeah,
again?
that's a good one. Yeah.
I think my daughter is a very big trigger, and I look back for the past 3 years and see what is the prospect of becoming, if let's say I'm going further into this pathway. Yes, you'll get to become a specialist and all, make good monies, good salaries, but then at the same time you are losing a lot. You're losing your health. and then you're losing a lot of family time, and then you're losing basically you lose you only gain your career. Other than that, it's all losing.
Wow.
At that point, do you still have passion or not? Because you're out of shape, you got no health, you got no time for family. Do you still actually have really strong passion, or you are burning out? Yeah.
I think passion in my work, I still have it, but then to further into becoming a pediatrician was actually slowly burning out throughout the
Right.
time. Yeah.
Right. I can relate to that because for me, obviously my story is not as my life story is not as crazy as yours when it comes to your career, but there was one point of time that my passion in cooking, because I was working 12 to 14 hours a day in the kitchen, grinding and then getting shitty pay and then only having one meal a day. So I actually can directly relate with you on that, even though ironically I'm dealing with food.
Yeah.
Okay, you're dealing with babies, I'm dealing with food, but that kind of toll actually took a mental toll on me, and to the point where my passion of food for cooking literally almost died. And just to save it, I quit and did a job that I hated. Yeah, just so I can get out for like 1.5 years. Yeah.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask you as well, like, coming to this part as well, how was your mental state at the time? I want you to elaborate on this, so that's why I'm asking this. What was your mental state at the time, and did anybody notice that something was off with
I
you?
wouldn't say I'm depressed. I'm
Okay.
actually quite happy in a way that I have a good team, and my colleagues
thank
are
God.
actually very cooperative.
Thank God.
Yeah. I mean, there are a few,
Working with people.
We always have those few.
Yeah.
Let's put it
But
that way.
majority, we know what we are going through.
Yeah.
So that's why we are not being calculative on our job. So everyone actually help out with each other, even though it already passed our official working hours. So no one was actually very stingy or
Yeah.
selfish.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So that time, you keep gaining weight slowly and all. Did anyone actually realize and tell you, hey, Aldred, I think you put on a lot of weight, man, and you are being unhealthy?
I think put it in this way, every one of us gain weight. So no one.
Yeah.
If you are not gaining weight, means
you're not working hard
something
enough.
wrong. Yeah.
How come you got time to diet, go for exercise? That's not
Yeah.
possible. You
Yeah,
sure
tokong mo.
Yeah.
sneak out.
It's either you become more and more skinny or you become more and more fat.
Right,
So there
right,
is
right.
no maintaining body weight in a government doctor.
I see. Wow. Okay.
All right. One more question on this part of the segment, right? Was there a specific moment where you looked in the mirror and said, "Bro, enough is enough"?
Yeah, I think was April last year. So I was already working in the private sectors, and then I already trying myself to getting back into working out, and then try to use the old method of eating, but then it's not clean eating.
Right.
So I was just assuming, okay, KFC
You gotta have
with
spices.
protein.
You gotta have spices on your meat already. Then.
Yeah. So I was just finding the fastest way to actually hitting my daily protein requirement.
Right.
And I didn't really know what is the exact protein that I needed. So I was pushing way higher. I think I buy the whey protein. At any time you can see I have at least 10 kilos of whey protein back in my cabinet. So it's like constantly I just have one solid meal a day.
Okay.
Other than that, the protein sources are just coming from whey protein.
This guy's
He
sponsored.
Yeah.
banked a lot. He banked a lot of protein when
And it's
Wow.
every time not
Yeah.
one scoop, and it's 2 scoop every 3 hourly.
Yep. He do that
So
really.
a day, I think my protein intake is roughly about 300 to 350. And then I try not to eat that much of rice.
Russian
Okay.
style.
Yeah.
Protein.
Protein.
Oh,
I like
protein.
protein.
Yeah. Eat
Yeah.
potatoes. Okay, protein.
Yeah, but every day. So throughout that not 1 year. I mean, just
Right.
6 or 7 months was doing this kind of lifestyle. Then I realized every day my tummy is bloated.
Yeah.
I feel shit. And how come my body does not respond to what I was in
Yeah.
when I was in my university?
The cold weather.
maybe maybe one of the factor. So that also triggered me that I need to find someone that has experience. So I actually survey through and see Terrence still. But closest one, I think, not to say we very close back then, but then
Now
you are
you are.
constantly, I'm following your
Yeah.
Insta. That trigger me is you brought Ivan, Kelvin, they all
To
go
compete.
to the what show again? In
PCA.
Thailand? PCA.
Ah.
So I seeing it as a very good teamwork that everyone performed together and
Yep.
everyone got medal back home.
Yeah.
And it always a dream that I want to step on stage a day.
Right.
Just that I don't know how.
Right.
So I got more free time after I stepped into private sectors. And then I was also discussing with my wife and saying that it was always something that I wanted to do. If not now, then when? So since
Wow.
since we already more or less stable, because my wife also working as she's a dentist lah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she is also have a
She sees
stable
people
job.
Smile every day.
So stable
Sorry.
job, and
Sorry,
then
wife.
my job also
It's wife.
stable, and then my daughter also being sent to school, preschool now. So throughout the day, actually, I have a lot of free time.
Nice.
So why not? Why not now? So
Yeah.
that time I actually okay lah. Terrence still or Manlong. I think Manlong is more convincing.
Right. I remember he text me lah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the way he texts me is really, really nice. You know, he sent me a really long message. I'm like, in my head, but I didn't tell him. I'm like, hey, you really don't need to text me like so nice, because he's being very respectful. He texts me, he say that, oh, you know, I see your team and I really want to learn. I want to, you know, transform myself. He did mention a little bit about transform, like going for compete, but he didn't say that when he want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that he really reached out with a full heart, because we know when somebody texts me, I know him, but he treated me not like a friend, like a coach or a mentor. So I'm like, wow, this dude, he's 100% ready.
Wow.
Yeah, he is really ready.
So you knew he was like, okay, you're on.
Yeah, I see his text, I know already, because he sent me
Yeah.
really details. Like, I take my time to read. Usually people say, hey, I'm interested. It's just like that. For him, he just like prepared everything back in his head, send me a message that everything I want. I say, actually, I've got nothing to ask you because you answer everything in my head already.
It's like, you know what? Why don't you just start tomorrow?
Then we immediately jump on a call. Then yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
perfect, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we work until now, a year and
and more. It's
yeah.
gonna
1
be
year
more.
and almost 2 months already.
Yeah.
Yes.
So A and BC was your very first comp, right?
yes.
Okay. So the next one's coming up when
Another 12 more days.
12 more
NPC
days.
Natural Regional
Perfect.
in Bangsa South.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So let's move on. So in May 2024, 103 kilos. That was your heaviest. What were you feeling? What were you feeling physically and mentally? I would like the audience to know.
I hate myself. Yeah, I will use the word hate because I was trying to put in effort for a few months, but I don't see progression.
Yeah.
And then I feel very frustrated, and then I was always angry. Just don't know why I was very angry. Maybe because I don't like myself in the mirror.
Really? You
Yeah.
very angry the time now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my wife also told me that, hey, what's wrong with you for the past 2 months? Are you struggling with something? Is it due to work or what? Then I just honestly told her that I just don't like what I am now. I mean, I do pack with mass, but it's plumpy mass. I look fat. I
Yeah.
don't look good. Yeah.
Wow,
So if I
it's
continue
really the
this way, then
self-confidence
I will
part,
just become obese one day. Yeah.
You can see yourself going there already, is
Yes,
it?
yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Wow.
So it's the mental part makes you feel like you have keep trying and you don't see the result. Then you thought the old way works, and if it doesn't work, do you actually try to change, like eat lesser protein or what, or you just don't know what to do back then?
No, for me, protein is something that cannot be sacrificed.
Right.
Must be protein packed in every single meal. So
Right.
that's why I'm pushing the way into that kind of extent. So I think 1 tub of protein within 2 weeks habis already.
God.
I was worrying about my kidney also, but blood check was
A blood test. The AST ALT is perfect. Okay, good. So I can whack some more.
Do people outside the medical, so let's not talk about the medical line since you mentioned that, but do people outside the your medical circle, do they comment about your weight and all that? How did that kind of impact you, if that happened?
There are a few colleagues lah. They did mention that, ayah, kenapa nampak you sudah gemuk sikit You dah start kerja sini setahun, dulu tak begitu. Sekarang dah
Wah,
macam
emo.
gemuk dah.
Emo.
I felt that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But the time you are trying actively, it just doesn't see the progress in your physique, right? Yeah. Okay.
So the idea of competing was actually in the back of your head all the time, right?
Yeah.
So back then, what was the main thing you would say that was actually holding you back from actually making the first step?
Time and mental preparation to really commit into it, because I didn't know whether I can cope with that or not. I actually, to be really confirmed with myself, is confirm with you to sign you as my coach, is when I already have a very stable working out schedule for almost few months. Then I only find a coach.
Right. So that was the requirement, the requirement for yourself, that you know that you could really put more than 100% of your dedication to this before you really dive into it and commit to it, right?
Rather than start from zero, at least I started somewhere already, which I'm already prepared to find a coach.
It's ready. You want to get the basic right first before you go further, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So what changed when you started seeing Manlung's athlete go on stage? What was that trigger, that spark that went like, okay, you know what? I gotta call this dude.
They went as a team, and everyone got something. Everyone really outperformed, and then they show up confidently, which I don't really see much on other coaches lah.
Right.
Because Manlung is not the only one, but it's one of the very few in Malaysia that he can bring so many people go for a show, and everyone can really, really perform.
Why do you think he's my coach too?
Yeah.
Totally.
So that's why.
Okay. All right. So I want to turn this segment into questions for your coach. All right. Manlung.
Right.
So when Aldred approached you, right? What do you see in him, and did you think he had the potential right away?
Well, okay. The first thing that I didn't know how he looked like back then when he reached out to me.
He was tall, you remembered, right?
He is tall, yeah. But when he texts me, I don't know how he's like, because when we reach until a certain age, we will deteriorate and things like that. So then he reached out to me, he texts me on the message. I say that, okay, first thing first, I know that this person is 1,000% coachable. You know, he just not talk. He showed me everything, because I asked him, okay, how's your diet like? How's your schedule like? He didn't answer me just a few words. He sent me like a paragraph. So I'm like, okay, that's really more than enough. So from there, I know that his mentality is coachable. After that, I go through a diet. I'm like, oh my God, what is this guy doing, man? He's eating like almost close to 350 to 400 grams of protein. I say, where's your carbs? Then he say, oh, I only eat like 1 meal carbs. I think it's post-workout or something. I do not know. I say, okay, send me a picture of your body and let me see. I'm like, no way, man. No way that you are eating like this much of protein and this low carbohydrate. Your body is so out of shape.
Yeah.
He's very out of shape that time when he reached out to me. So until I find out, oh, this guy have a really bad inflammation all around his body. So the first thing first, I know I take out his protein shake. I say, you know what, from today onward, you don't have to spend on protein shake anymore.
Yeah.
Just eat the salmon, eggs, and chicken, whatever that is easy for you. So plan out his diet that is still a lot of food. I remember I gave you quite a lot of food to go through, and he just start to recom from there. I didn't really change his diet a lot, to be honest.
Is
He
still
just
a lot of food.
a lot of food. He keep eating and he's training. You do a training split.
Nice,
So
man.
he said that he want to join an MP, but he
Okay.
say only if you tell me that I'm ready, I'll go. But I didn't want to wait so long. So we go through a mock prep first. So it means lose more body fat.
Yep.
He straight away adapt to it. He said, okay, I'm good. So after the 1 year period, means the first 6 months, we recom,
Yeah.
we put on some mass and we cut again.
Yeah.
Actually, we didn't have a huge time to go through this off season because it's natural. We need a long time to do it. We didn't. So ever since then, we mock, prep, rest, recover, and then we prep into this ANBC show. And what placing do you get? Third place?
Third.
Yeah, he
Open
got a
MP.
third place for the first time. So
Yeah,
I'm quite
amazing.
happy
Absolutely
with
amazing.
how he performed.
I mean,
Yeah.
he had amazing physique also when I was in the audience. When I
Yeah.
saw him, I was like,
Yeah, he got the frame.
first show? Damn.
Yeah, he got the frame. He got this the confidence.
Yeah.
The important, I think, his work ethic is really amazing.
Yeah.
So working with him is extremely easy. Sometimes I feel like, am I really giving him enough? Because I really don't have a lot of work to coach him. You know, some clients needed tons of work.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
so easy to coach him. Yeah.
I can relate with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So what's the most common mistake guys like him makes, especially with the bro science background, tend to carry into the prep?
Yeah, okay. Training really hard and training like 6 days per week and having a tons of cardio early of the prep. That's what they do. You know, sometimes say, oh, do I start start this cardio so early? I say, calm the fuck down. You don't have to do it so early. We go through a little bit of deficit.
Hold your horses.
Yeah. Then I say you don't need to because you're dropping like 0.5 to 0.7 kg of body weight each week. Waistline getting smaller. You don't need to add more because we got a time frame and he looks okay.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people thought, oh, my protein will be high. You can lean toward to high protein, but you don't have to go extremely high.
Yeah.
Yeah, so most of the old school method is like eating very high protein.
Yeah.
Correct if you can do that if your lifestyle is really stress free. Like back then there's no electronics.
Yeah.
There's no you are really last time 9 to 6 one, but he's not 9 to 6 to be honest. So from there on I realized that he need to really tone down his protein. Or else he cannot. His stomach was so bloated when he first
Right,
sent me a
that's
check in. I'm like, dude, this guy is going
We
to
gotta
burst.
get we gotta get the very first photo that he sent to you
Yep.
compared to right now, and then we'll put it up on the podcast.
Definitely.
Yeah, because seriously, even from the beginning of the podcast until now, I'm absolutely fascinated with his story.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and then to see that, wow, his physique is absolutely amazing, and even with just the first competition, dude.
Yeah, first com is really good.
Yeah,
But we didn't really want to aim like extremely high, but I would say that it is still good to see him place at the second runner up for his first natural comp.
yeah,
Yeah. So because of course he also did worry like, as natural can we do it? I say you didn't know. You really won't know how much you can push.
right.
So we get there as it is lah. So we still got a second
Nice.
comp and third comp, right? 2 more competition.
3 more.
Oh my god,
Three
3
more?
more.
So wait, the one in July, the one in 12 days.
6th of July is NPC Natural.
Naturals, okay.
INBA on the 20th.
WMBF.
And then the WMR on the 3rd.
Yeah. So
3rd of August.
yeah.
So it's 2 weeks in between.
Wow.
So we're going to use another approach, to get there. So from there on, I already discussed with him. I already actually planned out already
Wow.
for his off season. I say that just now before this podcast, when we talk about it, it's not over there. We say that if this off season going to do well, he's going to absorb so well and put on a lot of muscle because you can see that his frame is there. He can
Yep.
he can really hang the mass there.
Aren't you jealous of his height?
Yeah, because
too.
so tall, he can really pack on.
Oh man, I mean, I'm sure back in the day when in high school you
Thank
got
you.
all the chicks, it's like, wow, let's go lower.
I know he don't really care. High school he don't care about girls one. Yeah.
High school is all about activities and scouts.
He more like he loved to hang
You
around
didn't
with the
have a
boys.
girlfriend back then?
I had.
You see?
but only one lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have multiple, I don't think you should tell anyway. So anyway, Malong, So how do you approach differently how do you approach his transformation differently compared to other athletes?
Well, for him, because he got a work ethic, he willing to listen, he got discipline.
Mm-hmm.
More like I need to hold his horse. I asked him,
Which
tone
horse
down.
is specific?
Well, not the down there is gonna be a big horse. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So we toned down from the training. He usually do a bro split. 6 days, 5 days a week. I couldn't really remember.
Okay.
But the volume is so high. I'm like, good. What are you doing, man? I say that you can
Overtraining.
you can go high volume.
Yeah.
I don't mind. But if you want that high volume, you need to have a tons of carbohydrate. And now you're doing high volume, there's no carbohydrate, that's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, like, carbohydrate is protein sparing. They're protein sparing anyway,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you really need it to help the muscle grow. I mean, protein honestly is mainly just for muscle recovery.
Yeah,
right?
so-
you can't
well,
grow without it.
Yeah, exactly. So I told him, like, you know what? Let me just help you to save money. You don't have to buy a protein anymore.
A coach that helps his clients save money. That's
Yeah.
we all need that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Because not just say saving his money.
Yeah.
It's more like he don't have to have so much protein in his diet. Like you said just now,
Yeah.
the carbs is protein sparing.
Mhm.
So I say carbohydrate is cheap, and if you eat it right, you really feel you. Within the first 2 weeks, you start feeling it, and it snowballs until
And then
right
his
now.
inflammation also went down.
Went
after
down,
that.
it's just getting smaller. We can actually, I got just now in the gym, I snapped a video.
Yeah.
We can make a comparison with the first time. Actually, it's a photo only, right? You don't have video back then. So we can take the comparison with the photo and right now the video.
Yeah, we'll have that up on the
Yeah.
on when during the editing. Yeah, so because we definitely need to put that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So anyway, yeah. So what was the first big change you made in his routine that shocked him the most?
Well, let me see that one.
If you do remember, just jump in.
Yeah, I can't really remember. Yeah,
I was quite surprised you cut off the protein that much.
cut half lah. Yeah.
More
my
than
boy,
that,
what?
actually.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like expecting before I approached you, I was already keeping my okay. I need to spend a lot of money on whey protein because-
Again?
Yeah. Before, so actually after talking to you, when you give me the plan, 180 grams of protein per day, can or not? Oh. Then I was like, okay lah, just give it a try. So then the carbs was drastically increased. Not to say like too much, but it was like about 20 to 13%
Yeah.
extra from what I was usually eat. So initially was okay, and then quite fast we see the result from a big spare tire until I can see my lines. Less than a month, man.
Amazing.
Less
he
than a
was
month.
responding really fast. I think the body cannot tahan anymore. So once I switch him to carbohydrate, which is a little bit more, can reduce his cortisol basically, and gut health is improving.
Yep.
His body just from week by week, like that, drop. Yeah. Then after, did I actually increase your carbohydrate or something like that?
Yeah, when you until 5th or 6 months onward, then you start to push. I think my rice, because Manlong was actually asking me to give different varieties of carbohydrates with sweet potatoes and all. But then because I was always bringing my meal around and I want to make things very simple.
Yep.
I just give him a question. Can I just make my meal rice, chicken and vegetable? He give a green light. So
Yeah, that's why I asked him as well.
yeah, simple. I mean, guys are very simple.
Yeah.
Simple, fancy.
Yeah.
So I just bringing every day at I think the highest amount of rice for the past 1 year is 1.8 kilo cooked rice
Right.
per
right,
day.
Right. Okay.
But yet I don't see myself as drastic change. All my colleague was asking, nasi macam tu, kenapa tak gemuk punya?
I was like,
Nice.
Yeah.
Like, if you think that 1.8 is a lot, wait until the next off season. Probably that's going to double up.
Can't wait,
Yeah.
man.
Because he don't
I
have
can't eat.
yeah. He will reach until a phase that we don't have enough stomach to put on rice.
Right.
He will say that I'm so full, I can't eat. I expecting that will come like after a few months.
I'm waiting
Okay,
for mine
okay.
too after I
Yeah.
recover. But yeah.
Yeah. Then we might need to put on honey, dates, even more fruits.
Oh, I
so I'm
love
still
that.
thinking maybe a lot of dense but good
Yep.
carbohydrate. Yeah, I think honey and dates were suitable for you because we tried the last com, right? Your body seems like responding okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, like, just to quickly go through this part because I think the audience would like to know this part as well. So now you're a pediatric emergency MO. You're married and raising a daughter. How do you juggle it all? Like, how do you actually get the entire, like, this whole work-life balance thing, especially with the family?
Okay. So you have to prioritize the most important thing first and sort out other as a routine basis. For me, my priority for now, because I'm preparing a com, so my cardio, my workout is my top priority.
You're right.
So other than that, my daughter has a fixed school schedule, and then my wife also has a very stable working hour.
Yeah.
So from there, I don't have to worry much.
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
right?
So in a way that I'm doing shift system, and then I have a lot of time to do my meal prep and also my workout, and I have enough time to rest. So you just have to make the first step, honestly, really. So you don't have to think that much of you. For example, you don't have to wait all the way green light, then only you start to cruise. You can just start first. Whenever you encounter a red light, stop a while and see what you can do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just deal a problem one by one. I also did it that way. So my daughter initially was haven't started the school yet. Until she started her school, then it slowly become a routine and everything.
Right.
And it worked until today.
Wow. Wow.
So rather than stressing out on how you want to ensure that you can do it for a year, just make the first step. Just make the first step.
Those are very inspiring. words,
Fruitful,
brother.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, let's do a closing rapid fire. Okay. Bro science no more. So this is for the both of you. Okay. So rapid fire means you just answer immediately. Okay.
all
Just
right.
quick one. 3, 2, 1. Boiled chicken or dry tuna?
Boiled chicken.
Okay, cool. Why boiled chicken though?
Tuna cannot. I feel like it's eating wet wood like that. So I no.
This
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
a cat.
Yeah. I cannot. Yeah.
Okay. Carbs for a week or no gym for 3 days?
Carbs for a week.
No gym for 3 days. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's diet hack you have done?
Wow, this one is hard. Okay. Diet hack.
Worst. Yep.
Worst. Let me think. Worst diet hack. Well, eating 3 pack of konjac noodle curb my appetite. Yeah. In a go before sleep.
Oh.
And
Can't even digest that.
and 500 gram of vegetable in a go as well.
Okay. You-
Okay, for me, just drink up to 1.5 to 2 liters one shot of water.
What the heck?
Yeah. Wow, that's really stupid. That one. Yeah. That's
Okay.
crazy.
One thing you miss from no structure days. Both of you.
No structure days. One thing I miss.
Yep.
I don't miss that.
Okay, you don't miss that.
Yeah, I don't miss it too. Really, I don't
So
miss it.
structure is
Everything.
perfect.
Yeah, I
okay.
need structure. Yeah.
I agree with
structure.
you. Yeah. Okay, what's the one bro science myth that still secretly lives rent free in your head?
Wow. Okay.
Tak ada.
Tak ada?
Yeah.
So you made him a complete change man.
Yeah, he can't believe in bro science anymore. Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you need to work like
Yeah. I still believe in training hard. I still believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's that's a very common bodybuilding thing. Even for myself, I tend to overtrain anyway.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah,
Definitely.
anyway. Okay, to wrap things up, I've
Yeah.
got 3 questions for the both of you, okay?
Mm.
I mean, to both, what's your message to guys who feel like they've fallen off and are afraid or scared to start over?
Don't be scared to unlearn. Unlearn, learn, and relearn. So actually, what I was trying to say is put your ego aside.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you have failed before, I mean, your failure doesn't mean you are failed forever. You need to let it go, and then you try to absorb new things so that only you can move on. So put down your ego and then learn something new.
Deep. Yeah, I find that quite deep. Yes, I liked it. How
Well,
about you?
for me, it's like if you don't fail, you don't learn. And you are always somebody's role model. If you think that if you are no one, but somebody else is out there watching you and they are always inspired by you. So how many times you fall and if you're able to quickly stand back up, your story will inspire anyone around you. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I can relate to that personally as a coach too.
Yep.
All right. So I got one more question for you and one more question for you. Where can people follow your journey now?
I have Instagram, which I consider active. I post it every once or twice a week. And then my Xiaohongshu.
Xiaohongshu?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, all right.
That one is daily update.
Wow.
Daily update.
Do you have more of a Chinese speaking audience? Is that why?
I just try it out.
Okay,
I just try it out.
Serious?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God. I haven't followed you yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Now you can. Okay. All right. To you, you're his coach. Any projects, athletes, or upcoming events you want to plug?
What type, Brad? Can you elaborate a little bit?
Like any
Yeah.
projects that's coming up, any new athletes that's coming up, or any upcoming events that competitions, webinars or whatever concerning your company Evolve.
Okay, so of course, most importantly right now, moving forward, we have another 4 to 5 more competition with my athletes. So the latest one will be NPC Natural, INBA, WNBF Malaysia, but WFF Singapore, FIF again, and then another FIF during the year end, and there will be WFF during the end. So there's like about 5 to 6 competition. And then currently we are, improving our coaching system. We call it Evolve Code System. So this we're going to help athletes to achieve better and more predictable result, because safe to say that we need enough data, to see I always ask you how's things like. Everything will be kept in the system and things will become more predictable, but it won't be 100%, but it will be easier to know how your body is going to respond last year, 2 years ago, and right now. So in future, we can look back into this data and we can make it even more predictable, and we know what your body is going to work on and what doesn't work. So with that, we're able to scale into moving forward our Evolve into 200 clients.
Yep.
And we are going to every year have a team to go out of country at least twice. I hope that's going to happen. You
Me
and
too.
Kelvin are going to help me to bring the team out to compete, because to be honest, I don't like to fly. Okay, that's truth. I don't like to fly at all. But sometimes for my team, I've got to do it. All the times I ever do it, I'm gonna be really tired. So you and Kelvin claim from my company, okay? Together.
Well, we are part of your company, dude.
Yeah,
So
just claim. Yeah, just claim. Just give me
Yeah.
a receipt. Hi, this is the flight ticket. Yeah, just get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the secret has been out anyway. So anyway,
Okay.
so anyway, that's all for now, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Behind the Palm podcast. Make sure to catch us on the next episode. We are on YouTube and we're on Spotify as well. Be sure to subscribe and like and share it among your friends. We are Behind the Palm. Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
Peace.
Thanks for coming, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.